All right, guys, new boat, new day. Let's go have some fun on the water. It is one of the busiest party weekends in all of Chicago boating. It is a crazy day. All these waves are literally just from boaters driving around, and it's going to get sporty out there. But I thought I'd bring you along. I want to get you a tour of this brand new Skipper Powerboats. This is the 34NC, the smallest of their lineup, and it is a sporty, fun boat. I'm about to hit the waves and really rip it open here. Once I get out and at anchor, we can start talking about this boat. But I thought I'd take you along for a little joyride. Here we go, Chicago style. Let's rock and roll. All right, I could not think of a better day to take out this brand new Skipper Powerboat 34NC to come out into the Chicago Great Lakes and rip around here in Lake Michigan. This is easily one of the busiest boating weekends in the entire season here in Chicago. It is called the Scene Party Weekend, and it's this big, behind me here, you can see in the Playpen, this is where everyone anchors out. This is a huge rafting day, raft off party with each other, anchor and all this stuff. No better day to take out a rigid inflatable hulled boat, fiberglass hull, 5-step hull with Orca Hypalon tubes to come out and get sporty with it in these waves, because there's so many boats and everyone's driving around super fast. There's just non-stop waves out here, and they're all coming from every which direction. So a hull like this, a boat like this is great for it. But also, if I'm going to go hang out and find some friends of ours and bring my boat next to theirs, who worries about fenders and doing all the crazy stuff when you're anchoring up next to each other, rafting off? When you got a rigid inflatable hull, this is a perfect opportunity to do that. So I'm going to take you for a ride. I'm going to get you a full tour of this boat, because there's tons of room, tons of entertaining space on this boat, and very comfortable ride so far. It's really wavy out there, as you might have seen in the little clips. Let's take a ride. Let's go see what the chaos is all about over there, and then I'll give you a walkthrough tour. Here we go. Let's go have some fun on the water today. So on crazy boat weekends like this, or pretty much any day ever in Chicago boating, you get the people that obviously care nothing about anything, no paying attention to the rules of the road or anything like that. So you've got to be extremely defensive when driving around here. Even if the boat that just cut across in front of me, even though technically I had the right of way and I'm on his starboard bow, he should give way to me. Of course, no one listens to that. So I get a lot of times new boaters or people who've taken their captain's courses or whatever say, well, shouldn't technically this or that? That's not how it goes out here. Even if you know the rules of the road and you abide by them, other people likely won't. So captain tip of the day right there. You got to have your head on a swivel at all times. So let's look. I am just starting to pull through the Playpen, and what they call the Playpen, and again, this is Lakeshore Drive, runs right on the outside of this area, and I'm going to get closer, but you're looking at nothing but just tons and tons of boats. We're in about 27 foot or 20 foot of water, and tons. This is an anchorage area, and of course you have boats like this guy who's going 30 miles an hour on a jet ski, and not safe because there's people swimming. Anyways, this is what they call the scene party, where when we get closer, there's dozens and dozens of boats rafted off each other, just getting crazy. And so if we were going to come up to another boat and fender up, having these big inflatable tubes on my hull sides is going to make it much easier to do a raft off than with a typical big fiberglass hull side, and maybe scratching your buddy's boat as you're rocking and rolling. You see all the boats just kind of dancing around over there, because even though this is an anchorage area, there's constantly waves. So let's keep touring around this little area, and we'll keep going from there. So within here you see a lot of patrol boats, police boats, DNR boats, lifeguard boats, a lot of really good safety boats within here, which is great. Very much needed when everyone is out here drinking and swimming and partying. You could definitely use some safety protocols. So well worth the effort by the Chicago PD, fire boats, Coast Guard, DNR, all of them. It's really important. So you see off to our left here, this boat, they're using dinghies to get from one spot to the next. That's a great option to to get to your friends. A lot of jet skis scooting around between here, but you obviously got to be very safe because of all of these swimmers in the water and all the anchors. People's anchors deployed, so you got goofball boaters running over each other's anchors. It gets a little wild out here, but thought I'd bring you through the thick of the mix here. So here we go. There you go, not paying attention in a little dinghy with a little, that's not even a dinghy, that's a purely inflatable boat, and with a tiny little outboard engine on it, trolling motor I should say. Alright, so we're going to go to this boat here. It's a Pardo 52 GT. I am going to come alongside and let's get ready to anchor with them. Just leaving the Playpen area, did a little anchorage with a couple customers of ours, hung out for a few minutes. Now I'm gonna head out, get a little more speed, get a little more air under these tubes, and then when we get back to the harbor, I will do a full official walkthrough and show you a little bit about this boat and why, after spending an entire afternoon on it, why I think it makes a lot of sense for day boating and using it throughout, big lakes, small lakes, inland rivers, whatever it might be, but a great little sporty, fun afternoon boat. See you in a minute. All right, a little wet in the face because that was a sporty ride. Now I'm going to show you, waves are never do justice when you are looking at them on the water. So obviously here, Chicago, Skyline, this is Northerly Island here. Now all the waves, as these boats are coming out of Burnham Harbor, are coming right here, and then they immediately go that way. And now you can see the boat just rocking, quite a bit. But the waves bounce off the seawall, then come back this way. So this was a perfect opportunity to take this boat and really put it through some snot and really feel out how it handles. Obviously you get a little splash, big deal. That was the fun part of it, honestly. But I was going 38, 40 miles an hour through this type of waves where you see whitecaps all over and obviously a lot of inconsistency. These aren't ocean sets. In our lake, these waves come from every which way, as you're watching the background here. So to be able to go that fast and that sporty, and I was not, trying to taper it off. I was actually giving more and more throttle to it, which has been a lot of fun. So, anyways, just wanted to say that. I'm pulling into the harbor, and then we're going to finally get a little talk through about the model of this boat, the layout, and let's go from there. I'm going to turn my music down. I'm actually enjoying the day and get to play some music and hang out a little bit. So, pulling back into Burnham, and we've got to pull into a dock that is kind of an odd angle. It's a very odd angle. It's a lighter on the seawall, so I thought I'd get a little prepped up, show you. I've got one little fender dangling here only because it's below, the tube sticks above the dock, and then the exposed gel coat of the fiberglass is there, so I wanted to put that there. I've got a dock line at the bow, kind of piled up right here, so I can grab that when I get in the dock. And then I've got another dock line right back here sitting on the ground for when I get back in. Obviously not massively difficult, but worthwhile to be prepared in advance. To get around this little pinch point, I'll point you out here. So you see this little pinch point, I got to get into this little area and then away from that seawall. All right, so we are back at the dock. Show you here again this little pinch point here between the wall, the seawall, and the dock. So it opens up once you get past the nose of the dock. But anyways, we're back here, and now I thought I'd show you the official layout of the boat. We could talk about it, what I think makes a lot of sense, and why this boat is pretty darn sweet. Twin 300 V8 Mercs on the back. Great cockpit seating here. Now this table will fold down. There's a filler cushion that will go in, so now you have a full aft kind of sun lounge. If you're really ripping fast, you've got these little handholds so you can kind of grip. Everyone's got one throughout the boat. You've got storage underneath this one, just some dock line, some fender or shore power stuff, everything else under here, which is actually pretty nice. This is a cooler, so if you turn it on, it kind of chills your drinks or waters or whatever you want. Back here is your kind of a compartment for your batteries, battery chargers. We got the shore power plugged in. Down here is pretty neat. This is an inflator that connects to your batteries. You clip it on and you can inflate your tubes this way, so it's a really nice little feature that comes with that. There's the hose for that, all your other electrical and batteries and all the other jazz within here. Bilge pump down in that little circle there, high water bilge pump, whatnot. But nice little area behind here for just walking between. You got a little step, so if your engines are in the water, you're underway, or you're let's say out at anchor swimming, you've got quite a bit of area here to kind of jump off. There's a big ladder that will inset into the aft corner right back here, so you can just put the swim ladder in and swim away. So now going forward, you got 4 seats. This is going to drive me nuts. Give me a second. Got 4 good seats here. Now you can do actually seating. I took a couple customers for a ride, so some of them chose to sit, and you've got foot pedestals here if you're sitting to really brace yourselves, and a handhold here, which is great because again, this is if you want to go fast, you can. Otherwise, you've got a nice backrest bolster when the seat rocks up, and you sit back in here and kind of hugs your hips, and really does make for a nice smooth, enjoyable ride. And when you're driving, you know, you got your foot up on here, your hands on the throttle, and you're really getting at it. This is a great step and a great comfortable helm. Got phone charger here and here, which is great. Access to the music, been jamming some tunes. You've got Garmin radio, cup holders, and then actually on some of the larger models that they have, a 38 and a 43, these can be heating and cooling cup holders, which is pretty wild. So again, at your helm seat, got your foot up here, really rocked back, and now you can really just get at it. Got a little windscreen. And then forward is our bow lounge area. I like the cup holders in each of these tables. With the press of a button here, this table will lower. Then there's a sun pad that goes on top of this table. And then now you clip this open Another press of a button, this whole pad area opens to expose a very large storage area. Got some poles for sun awnings. Obviously the covers for the seats. That's your swim ladder I was telling you about. There's that bow cushion that I was also telling you about. Press the button, lower this away. Speakers, by the way, this thing's got big JL audio speakers all over the place. There's 2 back here plus 2 huge subs back here as well. So lots of tunes plus speakers in your hardtop up here as well. And then one more thing up here, the seat. First off, the seat is nice. You sit here and you're bracing for the waves and the winds and speed. But now, open up the little hatch. You've got a great little day head. So, a little sink basin, wash basin. I threw the life jackets in here for now, but you step down in there, got a light in here, close the hatch, and you're good to go. Private little head. So, multiple sections for the tubes. Each of these tubes, you've got the forward section. There's another one even more forward all around. So if one happens to have any kind of issues, you can inflate them from here and plug right in and go from there. Really nice. Easy to pop these up. So I mentioned earlier, you do have a bow thruster here, which is a nice feature. You got your Mercury engine screens. And then again, you've got your whole setup here with your Garmin. You can do anything you want. Go to vessel view, check on your power, check on your any of that jazz. So you've got your media you can pull up here. Obviously you've got the JL audio situation here, so you don't need that. But you've got switches. You could turn on all your switches from here, which is a pretty cool feature. You could do your underwater lights, your roof lights. There's a kind of a spreader bar cool light at the bow here too, forward facing. So you've got all that at your fingertips. And also a little drawer here, which is great because you have a plug. So I could be charging my batteries because my camera is about to die, so it looks like this one is ready to rock and roll, so I have my next one ready. Battery switches, everything else you need is right here. Anchor windlass. Well, thankfully I had that extra battery with me because I definitely needed it. My camera just died. If you're ever walking around the seawall in Burnham Harbor and you see any of this boat, so we're on K-Dock here. A bunch of our boats are on these docks. So if you're ever around, swing by, you're likely to see me here on one of these boats. But anyways, finally got this Skipper 34 NC out on the water today. What a perfect day to do it because it was rocky and wavy with all the boat traffic. Was able to do a fender dock up, a fender up against another boat. So figured out how this all works together. Now again, I think this boat is a great option for whether it's a day boat, whether you're just using it, you got a lake house, you got something like that, you're just using it in and out for the day, or whether you're using it as a tender for maybe a larger super yacht, something like that. This boat is 32 foot 7 inches. It's got a 9 foot 6 inch beam, 126 gallons of fuel, 26 gallons of water, and 10-person capacity. But again, tons of space on this boat. I think it's very functional. It did really well in the waves. It has 300s, twin 300s. You can go up to twin 450Rs, which is astronomically fast and probably not necessary. This boat didn't do it today, but will go up top speed to nearly 65 plus. So more than enough speed with just the 300s as the lowest engine package. Again, I know the pictures won't do it justice, but the waves, this boat handles great in the waves. It is a 5-step hull, and I did mention that earlier. So you got multiple steps throughout the hull, these little cutouts, which help to eat into the waves and handle it. So my first really introduction into this line, they have a 38, they have a 43. I am excited to spend more time on these boats, and as they get bigger, there's more space down below. Again, bigger engine packages. They've got this kind of reversed arch, so you've got a nice kind of a mean look. And again, it just all around I think is a fun boat. So thank you for spending a little bit of time with me today back, and I will get you some more walkthrough videos. I had mentioned my next video is going to be on that boat right there. That's just, 10.5 cc. I think it's a great boat and another nice one for day functionality. So again, thank you for sticking around. Captain Dan, your YouTube captain. I look forward to the next video walkthrough with you. See you soon on the water. Cheers.